But let's talk about Georgia. You saw what you saw out of Michigan. The big thing for Michigan was J.J. McCarthy can't pass the ball, can't get the ball down the field. He can't make completions. Michigan's a one-trick pony. They're going to run the ball. Well, look a little different on Saturday. After Saturday's performance by J.J. McCarthy, Gus Johnson, and Donovan Edwards, do you have faith that Michigan has enough to beat the reigning defending national champs in Georgia?
No.
Okay.
I don't think they could beat.
What specifically is the reason outside of Jalen Carter, who's ridiculous?
Too fast, too physical, too disciplined, and at the same time with the psychological advantage of being the defending national champ. I think there's college football and then there's Georgia. I just think that Michigan would have to play their best game ever. It will be a Herculean task. I don't know. I think Coach Harbaugh and his staff learned a lot in that loss last year to Georgia. But if you really look at that game, they were mauled. Wolverines got mauled.
Well, Georgia, Gus, not to cut you off, Georgia has shown that they're vulnerable. You look at the Missouri game early in the year, you look at the Kentucky game a couple weeks ago, and I understand it's interconference. Games like that happen. I mean, look at Michigan and Maryland and Michigan and Illinois, so I get that. But you don't believe that Michigan showed you in the Ohio State game their physicality, not to mention a couple other nuances, not to mention Mike Morris didn't play. You don't believe that they showed you enough?
Yeah, because Ohio State wasn't physical. See, the thing about it is, Braylon, the thing about it is, Braylon, it seems like I don't like the way football changes. They're throwing the ball too much. Guys are throwing the ball 50 times a game.
Yeah.
I mean, Ohio State, and to me, if there was one criticism of Ryan Day, it would be this. He took over for Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer won a national championship because they were physical. They had running backs like Ezekiel Elliott. Ohio State is the home of Heisman Trophy winning running backs, guys like Eddie George, who won one, Archie Griffin won two. All right? They had J.K. Dobbins, and they had guys like Zeke Elliott. And now there is no running game at Ohio State. So they're not a physical. I feel like when you have these pass-happy teams, it hurts their defense because their defense isn't physical. They don't play against a physical offense every day in practice. So I think Georgia, they're these guys are like avatars, man. I mean, you're a pro.
Yeah.
Braylon, you know what I'm talking about.
100%.
Better than anybody.
100%. 100%, Gus. I just feel like we've seen this movie before. And where we saw this movie before was in 2014 when Alabama was the end-all, be-all. Alabama was physical. Alabama could run the ball. Alabama was this, they were that. Nobody could touch Alabama until they played Ohio State. And Ohio State took their best punch. Then Ohio State hit Alabama in the mouth. Alabama hit Ohio State back. And when Ohio State responded the second time, Alabama didn't know what to do because they hadn't seen that yet. And then Ohio State beats Alabama, and then they beat Oregon for the national championship.